Well. Got ya! Got ya! Well.
Hello everyone, and welcome back for another Blast Battle Explained. Today we're starting with some clicker deathmatch. So, every time you get hit, you have to go back to the spawn point and click the clicker. As you can see, this hill has a pretty big hill in the middle of it. I decided to rush to stop it, because it had a pretty good angle to the left and right. Also, the left and right had a very good angle to it, but hopefully that wouldn't be a big issue. Sadly though, we did get tagged out. So, back down here, pretty close to the spawn. On this right side of the field, and I think for the left side too, it was pretty hard for this team to push up.
They're on the green
In this case, our team. In case the last round, the other team. So, I ended up sticking with this tree. With the hill on the one side, and being able to squish into the hill for the other, we gave pretty good cover straight in front, and pretty good cover from the right. Admittedly, we just give the same issue that I had in some of the earlier videos from the Nerf 4, where I was so far back that I had trouble tagging players. Luckily, the other team was trying to push up a bit more, so I could generally reach out and get somebody. Not very reliably, but it could still happen. So, the other team was able to get one player all the way to their right, our left side of the field, same way that I'm pretty far on the left. I can't go any further because A, there's a fence, and B, there's nothing actually over there. So I moved around the tree to try and get a bit more cover from the left side, and take a few pot shots down that side of the field. I wasn't ever able to get that player, but anybody who moved up on the hill, I generally got a good angle on as they came over the top. Also, this other tree in front of us was perfectly placed such that I didn't have a good shot to the corner of that other car. While a bit of an issue, I could generally go to the one side and get around that tree pretty well. And with the layout of the field, the right side was pretty definitely going to be on my team's side, unless the other team could take some of the hill, which would be a lot harder given where the rest of the team was positioned. Although, being basically the only player on my team on the left side meant I had to take care of the hill.
On the blue tent.
Take care of the hill, and anybody on the left lane of the field. Which didn't end up being very many players, but was still rather important, or could have been. Most of both sides opted for more of the right side of the field to play on. I think that was because we both had more cover to that side, whereas the left side was a bit more open. There was a cluster of trees up there by the cars, and a few vehicles, but other than that, the whole middle part, where the blue tent is, there was basically nothing there. So the only way to get there would be if nobody had an angle on you, and you could just run straight from spawn. At this point, I was just staying here, trying to get shots in where I could, which didn't happen very often. In that case, I was lucky that he peeked around the other side of the fence, probably because of pressure from the rest of my team. Here it gets me going around the far side of the tree. This was mostly so I could be more in cover and go for the tree on the far left. I may not be able to see them down across the field, where the other team had gotten the player. I'm not sure how well that player was able to get people on my team, although they probably had a good angle over the hill if they could get our car. Also, I'm not sure who left the bundle of mags next to the tree from the last round. They were just kind of there for the entire game.
There's no one on the blue tent if you really want it.
And as you saw, my team was starting to push up more on the left side, and then the game ended. I think there was a stalemate on the right side that neither team was able to do much about. For the next few games, we moved to the other side of the field. Here you can see I rushed to the right, and got to a point where I was pretty much pointing directly across from the right to left side of the field.
Picnic table, far right.
Well, this game, there was a hold very early in the beginning. We're not sure who called it, or why exactly, but...
Are those trees to your right viable? Or
What's that?
are those trees a viable cover at the moment?
They're small.
Okay.
Curious to see if there were other spots
like
for
I'm staying here
somebody
anyways,
to go
so.
safely, but it didn't seem like it. I also didn't want to push up and get tagged out, and leave my team with fewer players on the field. As you can see, we were pretty well spread out, being on the wide part of this field. When we swapped sides though...
One on far right! One on far right!
When we swapped sides though, we saw the other team had it a little bit worse off, because they were all bunched together with very little cover. And yet again, with the power of blasters with the caliber of blasters that people had here, it was pretty hard to push forward. So we're more or less stuck where we were. If there had been more cover, we might have been able to do more, but we weren't really able to do that. Also, if anybody had an ultra high rate of fire blaster with decent range on it, or ideally a few people. I know one person did, but I'm not sure if anybody else did. Admittedly, these periods of time where you couldn't see anybody were somewhat disconcerting, because that's a fair amount of people. In this case, 15 or
One going far
10
right! One going far right!
that I just couldn't see at all. I didn't see my one teammate there was able to push up pretty far and stay there, but I think he got tagged under or around and under the pickup truck. Good news about cars is they're very large pieces of cover. Bad news about cars is you can go under them. Or, in some cases through them, although very rarely. As you can see him trying to do there. I decided to move more to the right side of the field so I could see around more pieces of cover. Where I had been previously was pretty well down the middle of the field,
Two going right!
so I couldn't see much.
Three going right!
And already we're seeing a lot more of the other team as they're fanning to their left side of the field, which has more cover, even if it is more spread out. At least they aren't all in the same spot. Here, I'm trying to lob some shots over, maybe get a tag, but neither two of us were able to actually tag the other.
Pushing corner!
As you saw there, the other team was starting to try and push up a bit more near the buildings. Probably because the cover was a little bit denser there. Admittedly, it was further out lengthwise, but side to side it was close enough that if you get somebody, you would probably do a bit more.
That's game!
Now, starting at the other side, I decided to try and push up a bit more, because that would definitely being stuck in the corner would not do my team any good. Sadly, I pushed up and I got pinned down, and eventually tagged out. Again, under the cars does a lot more than you think, especially with long blasters,
I can cover you this way.
such as springers, and especially standard springers compared to bullpup ones.
They got one on the back car.
And here we can see
Oh,
that
that one.
gameplay really did get spread out on this side of the field. I think because that lane, although dense lengthwise, was... well, dense widthwise, was not very dense lengthwise. So if you ran from one to the next,
That's enough.
even if it was a direct line, it would leave you out in the open for a long period of time.
He's close on the cabins, guys. He's still close on the cabins.
Here you can see me again, having some shots over there, trying to tag somebody on the tree, or one of the trees. Note the tree doesn't narrow it down much. And here you can see all the bunching up I was talking about earlier. At this point we had 3 or 4 players on our team behind the car and pieces of cover right next to it. Occasionally we were able to get a player further into the field, but it didn't happen very often.
Oh.
Again, I think if we had more flywheelers, we probably would have been able to do that with some success. Even just pull-up blasters, where you can more easily balance it, could be a lot better. Oh.
Yeah.
That was an interesting trick from the other guy dropping his mag.
What's the story on the right?
Oh.
So there, I moved it more to the corner of the car to try and see towards the left side of the field, but the other team had somebody on the cabins who was able to get me very easily from that position. Similar to what we saw earlier with in the quicker rounds, where somebody backed up from behind the red car, and I was able to tag him pretty quickly.
I think one of them...
I tried to use the tree again. That time it didn't work out so much. I think if I had squeezed more to the left side, probably could have done it. But I didn't immediately go for that because I figured, or I thought the other team had more control on the left side of the field.
It's true. That was close. Well, I also got Thon, I think it is, over there.
The other team had been able to get Don, one of the players who probably know, or he may not. He's designed a number of things for the hobby. He had pushed very far up on the left side of the field. I'm not sure how many tags he got over there, but it was certainly keeping pressure on us, and keeping us on different parts of the cover that were less useful. Also, hey, you could see me in the reflection there.
Oh, they got one on the pickup, one on the pickup.
That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.